Okay, fair enough. I mean, as a support player, I think I can agree with you. It is very, very annoying when this wave is just chasing you down with the bugs and the vision and all the damage. Very
I
frustrating.
attribute a big part of my MMR increase to banning Weaver every game and making sure Spirit Breaker was also banned. So it just goes to show, like, it's one of those heroes that makes a support life miserable, and you want your supports to feel as comfortable as possible. That's why I'm very happy that Necrobook isn't in the game anymore, because that just made supports not want to play the game because you just couldn't do anything. You know, like you had True Sight, you had ability to catch, you had Cripple. Like it's just way too much. And not saying that going up against an OD or a Tiny is a walk in the park either, but it is somewhat more manageable with positioning and the like.
What if Necrobook came back, but it was like a tier 3 item? For like neutrals. Neutral item. Tier 3.
Well, that would feel kind of busted, right? Because what if one team got it and one didn't? You know, I just feel like it's way too strong. I feel like you can make it tier. I mean, they've already got Book of the Dead, though, don't they?
Yeah, but we can have both, Danog. Both. Think about it. Think about the potential.
You're getting a little bit antsy today, Mike, and I'm not liking it, okay? It's you're getting a bit too confident here. You know, John's not around, you think you rule the roost, but not with me around. This is Officer Danog on the case. And Necrobook, as long as I have anything to say about it, nothing.
Yeah. Shout out to Aries, by the way. Aries has joined us in the chat. I'm sure he's disgusted to see you here with me, but shout out to him. Good to see you, Aries. Sorry to take Danog away from you. Or rather, in fact, no, he walked away from you. I'm here because he couldn't be here. So screw you, Aries. You should be thanking me.
He just had a very popular social life, and he was like, you know what? I'm too much of a Chad to show up for this Saturday night Dota session. And, you know, now he just shows up at the very end like a wedding crasher, basically. That's what he is. He'll be here tomorrow, so it's fine.
He's a young, handsome lad. We're two 30-year-old old people now, Danog. We're getting old and just, yeah. Nothing better to do than just cast some Dota at midnight, 12:30 at night. Mm-hmm. What a life we have. OB.Neon. Final pickup.
You'd have to assume it's the mid lane. I mean, I'm a big fan of Sniper. No. I kind of want to see a Sniper.
How are you going to bring up the Sniper? You just talked about supports dying too easily, and now you bring up Sniper?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Oh,
this isn't some Herald game, Mike. I don't know. I feel like the way that you beat an OD is by outranging it, and Sniper, in my opinion, is one of the best heroes to do that. They also have very limited jump at the moment. Of course, when Lion and Tide and Tiny get Blink Dagger, you've got a bit more, but until that stage, you're just going to dominate the early game.
Oh,
yeah,
not this
range, right? Yeah, but it's range, right? Like it's fulfilling the same sort of thing. The thing that I wanted the Sniper mid is because it would have been directly into the OD, which is good, and also it would allow Asta to play Conquer again, which I thought he did a very good job on. So it was really just about keeping that confidence going on him.
Yeah. I don't know, Danog. I mean, I've been watching Drow a lot the past few days in this pro series, and it has been doing well. I'm going to go ahead and say it, Danog. I think against the Tiny, I think it's going to be problematic. I don't think Motivate.Trust is going to have any issues catching out this Drow. I don't know. I don't like it. I know it fits, but I don't like it.
Well, against the Tiny, it's actually not even good, right? Because the Grow armor is... I'm colorblind, so either green or yellow armor. It's not base armor. So Drow doesn't actually get rid of it. It's the same as holding like a plate mail, right? So you're still going up against a core that has a lot of armor. So it's not like your marksmanship is actually doing all that much against it. Provided you can get on top of it, of course.
Well, hold on. Green or yellow armor? Wait, they're color-coded?
You know, like where it has 0+ whatever, like if you've got a ring of protection in the stats screen. I just don't know if it's yellow or green because eyes are bad.
Oh,
I'm red-green colorblind.
Well, my memory's bad as well, Danog, so I can't remember either. So there you go.
We'll see in a minute when we get into game.
I'll confirm for you, though. I'll check the color for you. It's Motivate.Trust.
What do I want to see here? Blockwork? All right. Well,
both.
You said both, but it's on opposite teams.
What do you think?
I mean, I feel like Kunkka just goes to whatever lane Brute is pushing and just wipes out the spiders consistently.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, that's the first thing I saw is this Tidebringer is just going to clean up these spiders every time. Yeah, I was not expecting a Broodmother pick. It is against
5 OD.
Yeah, it's a pos 2 brood. It's a mid brood as well, so they're going right into the counter.
All right, I'm going to need a moment to think. Sorry.
No, go
5.
ahead.
I mean, the OD, is it like setting up into a toss on the Tiny or something like that? Like you Astral and then you run back and the Tiny tosses you back underneath the tower and then you kill. I don't know. I'm feeling like a lot of if, ands, buts, maybes that are coming out here. And I'm not sure how confident I feel about it all.
Neither do I, Dan. I have no idea who to side with these drafts. Like, now that the Brood came out, it makes me feel like OB.Neon does have the better draft, right? Like, I don't know. I just look at this Brood and I'm like, why? What was the purpose of Broodmother coming out? Maybe Motivated found something broken to do with this Broodmother. Maybe there's some kind of mechanic we don't know about.
Yeah, but they were picking mid Broodmother last patch and it wasn't working out too well for them most of the time. So.
True.
I'm not sure. I just feel like into a Kunkka, you almost never want to play Brood. Maybe if they do that, that means that the Kunkka, the real playmaking hero, isn't going to be out on the map killing their Tiny, and that's the real thing that they're more concerned about, just creating space for Tiny to get, let's say, level 12. So once he gets the... Okay, so look at the portraits now while they're next to towers. What color is that thing next to the armor? Plus whatever.
Green.
All right, green. Here we go. I'll commit it to memory. But yeah, like once Tiny gets level 12 and he gets the 18 green armor, it means that you can actually fight much more reliably into the Drow Ranger, into the Kunkka, into the Lycan. It's all physical damage, basically, that you're dealing with.
Fair enough. There we go. OB.Neon, Motivate.Trust. See how this one works out. I mean, I'll be frank, Danog, it does seem Toy has been struggling a bit lately on this pos 1 roll.
On Medusa Hero.
Yeah, I guess on Medusa Hero. So I don't know. He threw his tree away as well. Why?
Maybe it was rotten. Maybe you wanted another one.
Okay. Garcha Boy, by the way, has that great cosmetic for the Broodmother. Very accurate.
The red back.
Yeah. Do you like it? I mean, I know a lot of people said it looked too spooky, but I personally loved it.
I mean, we're used to it, you know?
Yeah.
It's nothing out of the ordinary for us, but you know, for a lot of people, this is the first thing. They actually saw him put down the Observer Ward as well because of that super deep ward that they placed previously. I'm assuming that's the Weaver that put that one down. Yes, it was. Real benefits of having that, of course.
Yeah, 2 for 2 bounty trade as well. Very even start. And I guess we should start off with this bot lane. You've got Jing there on that pos 4 Weaver along with Enri on this pos 3 Lycan. You are going to have Toy against them on that Tiny, and he will be supported by Boom Boy on the pos 5 OD. You and I both kind of looked at this pos 5 OD and thought, well, what the hell's going on here? Is it good in this lane? Can Boom Boy do much?
No. Maybe it might be a sort of thing like, okay, Shukuchi has a 4-second duration. Early on, the Astral Imprisonment is like half of a duration, so maybe he's going to prioritize having a lot of sentry wards, putting them in the lane, so that when Jing uses the Shukuchi to try and harass, you Astral him, and then you punish him when he's, caught out. Because early on, that's the one big thing that they did nerf about him, particularly at level 1. 3 extra seconds on the cooldown for it.
Masaros. Oh, Bang saying he misses Masaros, and Masaros just ask him, who's this? Sorry, change my number. Who's calling?
New phone. I did change my... Do you ever get it, like... Do you go by MLP when you're playing pubs?
No.
Or do you have a different name? Yeah, I go by Danog a lot of the time, just because I'm too lazy to change it between casting and this.
Yeah.
But I changed mine to, like, new patch who dis in recent times.
It's the thing, Danog. If I use MLP, right, and you probably experienced this a little bit, but I found if I use MLP Dota as my username, and I'm playing on the SEA server, which is what I like to do, I get hunted down Constantly. As soon as people recognize who it is, they're like, oh, I'm going to make that guy suffer. Yeah, he made me lose a bet once during that one game he casted, you know, because he said this draft was better.
Yeah. It's your critical thinking chat. But I honestly, it gets to a point where you don't mind that much that they're focusing you, because me as a POS 5, I'm like, all right, my 1 and 2 are farming. I don't care. But, you know, maybe after the 20th death does get to you a little bit.
Yeah. Of course, over in the mid lane, we should talk about the game a bit. You've got Gacha there with Avatar mode. In fact, we had a line dropping very low at the top lane, but never mind that, because mid lane, Avatar and Gacha Boy against each other. We already talked about this lane quite a bit, Danog. I mean, the fact is, Avatar mode should have a huge advantage. Even once that level 6 is up on Gacha, you're going to have a very easy way of clearing out those spiderlings, and well, even just now, it's kind of hard to lane against Kunkura's Broodmother.
I do like that Gacha Boy made sure to ferry out a sentry ward just to get rid of the block for his small camp, so he's going to be able to go back to there and farm it up. But the thing is, Avatar mode, I'm sure he's going to be, it's nothing super out of the ordinary, but using the Tidebringer on cooldown, making sure that Gacha Boy has to stay in the lane, that he's not able to, you know, get double farm essentially by getting the small camp plus the lane. Otherwise, the tower's going to start taking a good amount of damage.
Yeah, be the way to play it here for Avatar. Of course, the final lane is the top lane, where Tigger is in big trouble, and the split shot is there, but Tigger's still not dead, but it will be in the end. I do agree, though, a very nice body block there from Masaros to try and protect Tigger, but ultimately it was not enough.
You ever a fan of Winnie the Pooh growing up?
I mean, I guess so. I did watch it as a kid, yeah. Why do you ask? Because of Tigger?
Well, which was your favorite? Yeah, which was your favorite?
Tigger.
Yeah.
The tiger, yeah.
The wonderful thing about Tiggers, Tiggers are wonderful.
Yeah. That or, what was the donkey's name? Eeyore or something?
Eeyore. And then us, like Kango's also kind of good and rude.
Yeah. And I liked Eeyore, I guess, because my parents' way of telling me that I did a bad job is calling you. They used to call us a donkey, right? That's how they used to do it. So you get accustomed to being called a donkey, so then you like the donkey when you see it in the cartoons.
Yeah, you identify with it a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So Massa, gonna try and go for a bang a little bit, but they're not gonna be able to get too much done. I think Masaros maybe looking for the creep pool perhaps, or maybe just looking to harass a bang. Bit awkward for a Tide to be doing this, but I suppose there's not really much else Masaros can do right now.
All lanes, kind of as expected, going quite well for Neon so far. Conker doing his best to bully the Broodmother out of the lane. Yeah, not even, like I was saying before, you want to make sure that small camp is cleared every single minute, but just because of a lot of the pressure being put onto the tower by Avatar mode, by consistently spamming out the Tidebringer, it means that Fearless wasn't able to kill that complete small camp in time. So it's not going to have that same level of farm as the Kunkka.
Well, Silken Bowler out is going to make him miss these hits on the Tidebringer. Eventually does get it off. Gacha, just being as annoying as possible on this Broodmother, but Avatar mode still having a great old time. Props to Gacha Boy though, still keeping up in CS very nicely on the Brood anyway. Considering the lane matchup he has, he's just doing a good job of being able to keep up with CS and not really be too affected by Avatar quite yet. Of course, it's going to still be a very different story once the Spiderlings are up, but we'll wait for that time to come before we comment. Apart from that, other lanes quite quiet right now. Like, only one kill across the board, and that was at top lane. Just nothing else really happening across the other lanes.
Yeah, Asta's doing a good job of zoning out the Tide Hunter. I feel like, especially in the laning stage, it's one of the better heroes, just because you're obviously at range, right? Tide Hunter can't do too much about it. He's going to be forced to go into more points of the Kraken Shell just to survive enough, but it means that you're sacrificing your farming potential quite a fair bit. It's going to be even worse now with the power treads picked up.
Mid lane Gacha. Kind of surrounded now. Jing is going to show up on the Weaver.
A little bit more damage on Avatar mode. Nearly able to one-shot all the spiders there. Some really good micro here for Fearless, but doesn't get it. And, I have to say they're going to go for a kill, but That's a nice way to deal with the swarm at least. Get the spiders to help you out.
Yeah, certainly so. Avatar mode, though, he does mistime the X into the torrent. It's now Tigger. Take the regen rune away from Avatar mode, but is going to get Nightmare up by a bang into the boat and torrent. That should be another kill to come out. OB.Neon taking their second. Avatar mode able to pick it up very easily thanks to the Nightmare setup. Still, the rest of Motivate.Trust not really flinching. They're just continuing that farm, just trusting in their draft and their strategy. Just trying to keep it up. It does feel like OB.Neon, especially this Kunkka, is starting to really pull ahead.
I mean, what can you do as this brood mother? I don't see a world where this was like the last pick, you know, to be going for when you already see the Kunkka. And it's just going to be quite challenging to be able to do too much. It's not even like they have that many things that are aggressive at making plays. So, you know, Lycan's going to be able to get a lot of pushing done as well. It was a little awkward to me. Not quite the armlet though on Avatar mode just yet. Oh, actually, might have just clicked seeing Tigger there. Maybe not because it's nighttime, but there's some stacks starting to be formed up as well for the Tiny, really prepping him for that 15-minute mark.
Toy. Bit of damage there from Jing. Seems like Toy starting to slow down now as Enryu is going to take over this lane on the Lycan. Level 6 about to be hit as well, so you've got the wolf form up when necessary. Boomboy.
Radiant's middle tower.
Show up here onto Jing. Still a pos 5 OD, so not much he can really do against the Weaver.
Dire are scanning.
Is he going for the Meteor Hammer build up as well on this OD?
I don't think so. I mean, I feel like it's better for supports, to be honest. It makes it a little easier to push out the waves from the trees if you're looking to play around that way, just because of the larger radius. But the issue is, it's not quite enough damage to actually take out a creep weave on its own.
Good boy, gonna be targeted. The avalanche is there. Problem is, Toy now is gonna be left behind. He's out of mana.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, maybe he should just let them take the OT kill.
Yeah. Just not having the mana to get the TP out. And even if he did, the Bane was right there with the Nightmare ready.
Radiant structures are
Just some of those decision-making choices that don't work out too well. And, well, on the plus side, Master's able to TP down towards this bottom side, so even though you've got the Helm of the Dominator and the Wolves, you're not going to be able to take this tower anytime soon. Master's gone a very defensive build, making sure that he's able to withstand a lot of this early push.
Tigger, that Lion, X up, Torrent is there. That'll be another kill for Avatar mode. So 0-4 the way of OB.Neon so far, and Motivate.Trust yet to find their first kill of the game. Still struggling quite a bit here for Motivate. See when they start to get active, but you look at the net worth board, Danog. Top 3 net worth are all OB.Neon.
Pretty expected, to be honest, right? Maybe not so much the Lycan. I felt like maybe they could have gotten a few cheeky kills onto the Lycan in the laning stage, but, and, you know, the Cleaves, of course, would be working on the Lycan Wolves, but, I don't know, just seems like, everything's going to plan right now for OB.Neon. Even attempted to take any of the stacks inside their own triangle, of course. They're still saving that for either the Tiny or the Tide Hunter, but again, I don't feel like Tide can leave this bottom side, otherwise you're just going to lose the tower for free. So, I feel like Neon are definitely in a position where they can look to get quite active with the Kunkka, play around that top tower with the Drow Ranger, push into that tower, maybe steal away the stacks with the Kunkka, because why not? You only got the Shadow Blade, so you can tell that Avatar mode wants to make some plays happen pretty shortly. Just see your spiders, every single one. Go on.
So much gold. And that is the Shadow Blade on the way now for the Kunkkas. It was to be expected, I guess. I mean, brute first Kunkka. You don't expect much else. Gacha Boy working towards his own. Is that an Orchid he's farming up?
Yes, and I like it on a Brood Mother. I feel like the attack speed really synergizes well with the insatiable hunger that you get. There's the Silken Bowler as well. Attack benefit you. You're not really suffering all that much considering you've got a Soul Ring for the mana regeneration.
Yeah. I do miss the Orchid build up on the Brood, so it's good to see it back. Feels like it's been a bit of time since that's been the itemization to go for.
he was
It's
able
nice.
to get the bottom tower anyway. But even Masaros being there wasn't enough to be able to withstand the pressure, and he's going to have a full lads quite shortly, so that is definitely going to be go time for them.
It feels like Motivate aren't really on the same page at the moment, are they? Like, you see how much gold that just get given the way of Avatar mode, and he's kind of telling him about it.
I mean,
I'm not sure what Motivate's
yeah.
trying to do.
I'm not sure what they're trying to do, but I mean, Fearless is a good Kunkka player. He should know that it's a very low cooldown on the Tidebringer, and he's just standing his spiders in the way.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Mid tier 1 now under siege. Masteros gonna have to try and rotate to defend this. Is gonna be there, but well, they will just leave. OB.Neon, they're happy with the rotation being forced out by the Tide. Smoke up now from Motivate, so they're gonna try and make something happen with the Orca timing on Garchomp. X is out on Avatar mode.
The Ravage, though, I mean, you're not going to have a whole lot of damage to be able to take this out. Kunkka's gone a very tanky build. The double braces into the BKB next. Of course, the Shadow Blade as well for that extra elusiveness.
Yeah, they're not even going for anything with the smoke.
Dire
They just smoke to rotate into the other jungle, where Enryu has been farming. They don't go all the way towards the east to really find the Lycan though, so he's fine.
I was talking about this with Ares, and he brought it up, and he was like, well, Motivate in the series that we cast also seemed a little bit aimless. And he asked, how much of Motivate's success do you think is actually on the back of Q? Because without him, it does feel like they don't quite have the same level of cohesiveness.
I mean, we all know Q was fantastic on the Force. I think he did have a crazy amount of impact as... Well, Beng now just going to Nightmare up this OD. The Boomboy can't do much. Garch is going to show up, but can't do anything either. I guess they go after the tier 1 top tower, but in the meantime, that mid tier 1's going to be pressured. Even if Masaros is around, they might just take him out and go after it.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Or even the bottom tier 2, it seems like, as Enryu's just forced in the creep wave.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I thought he was spending a little bit too much time there in the jungle and Avatar mode, but he just X-marks himself, goes to the top side, clears out the wave. The thing is, like, you saw that he was X-marked, so I feel like you could just get your Spiderlings and go straight top again and try and pressure the tower, hopefully not losing too much else in the process. Avatar mode just start to run up to the top side, though. It seems like that's the plan for him. I start to take away some stacks, why not?
Dire's top tower.
I mean, OB.Neon. Yeah.
Toy had to take the ancient stack before he was even 15 minutes with the Aghanim shard, so it took him quite a bit longer to do so. He's not going to be able to defend the top side. I really feel like he could have, though. He's taken those neutral stacks, but I don't think you were in any danger of Motivate invading your jungle. Now it's actually a whole lot more likely possibility now that your tier 1 tower top is gone.
We are going to have a pause out from OB.Neon, as the disconnection is going to be there from Avatar mode. So 14 minutes in, only 4 kills occurring between these two. Both teams seemingly just very happy to keep farming, but it's very clear OB.Neon is getting the better end of these, I don't know if I can even call them trades right now, but they are certainly trading a lot better than what Motivate are getting. It's a very free Drow game as well, like Asta's just had no contest. It's you'd think they'd pressure the Drow at some point, but it just doesn't seem like they've got the means to do so.
It is a worry, sure. I mean, one positive if you can... Oh, wait, no, never mind. That's Neon anyway. I was about to say Jing has gone a very greedy build. He's gone straight into the Atos, which is going to be very nice for being able to catch out people like the Lycan. You've already got the X-Mark, of course, and the Nightmare to be able to set up, but why not just have more?
I'm motivated. At what point did they start making a move? Like, well, now the bot tier 2 is under siege. They've got their Helm of the Overlord timing here for the Lycan.
Yeah, probably about 5 minutes ago. That's when they should have made a bit of an attempt, but how is the big issue. I think it just all goes down to... Oh, they're going to get an Orchid here onto the Weaver, but he's going to be able to get away. Picking the Broodmother into a Conquer. I think it's just as simple of an issue as that. It just feels like it has no place in this game.
But I think it does go back to the point you also made, where it doesn't feel like anyone's playmaking. Like, there's no playmaker here to motivate right now. Just nothing's happening.
Radiant's middle tower
Even
has been
Masros isn't
denied.
going for anything like a Blink Dagger. He's working on towards the Ags, so already very defensive it feels like for Motivate. Like they're almost prepping for the high ground, it seems like.
Yeah. It's like stalling, but stalling for what, you know? Like I believe they've just got the Aghanim Shard now coming out to toys, so at least it's going to enable him to farm a bit more. But it's going to be a while until he finishes up that Shadow Blade, and I feel like that's what they need to maybe get a kill. You know, if they're able to start out a team fight, get the Shadow Blade onto the backlines, burst down a Drow, maybe then they can feel a little bit more confident about taking it into the later stages.
Here we go, smoke up, Motivate. They're going to try and chase down Enryu. He does have that wolf form, but they might be able to find him. If they get the Astral off, they can follow up with the Ravage. Wolf form is going to be there, but there's your Astral out. And that should be a kill for Motivators. They get the Avalanche. They've got the toss-up. Are they going to commit the Ravage? They have to. Mastros, he will, but oh, they don't have the damage. They don't have the damage.
I mean, Tigger just didn't ult him, and you still die with the creep.
Oh man, this is
aimless, is what it is. You know, like the fact that you're able to get away from that scot-free is.
Why wouldn't you ult him? Why wouldn't you finger?
Man. I don't know. They were being, I guess, kited around a little bit by this Ancient Black Dragon. I mean, it's 15 minutes in, right? It's a pretty damn early Ancient Black Dragon for a couple of supports to deal with. But
Fair enough.
I feel like when you're popping Ravage for that sort of thing, you gotta ult him. If that was Boombui playing the line, he would have been in place to do it.
Well, they've got their first kill here, Danog, which is good news. Problem is, you're going to lose Garcha by the looks of it, as the Fiend Strip is going to be there. Spiderlings are probably going to be fed to Avatar mode with the way they're going, as they do kill off Garcha Boy. I guess at least there's a kill on the board now for Motivate.
Sure, but he's already bought his Atos, right? So it's not like he even lost that much gold.
Asta's way out of position right now. He'll try for a TP himself, but he's going to go down. He does find Boomboy in the end, but just by himself across the map in that Radiant jungle, and he gets punished for it.
Bit of an odd position to be in for sure. Maybe just feeling comfortable that they didn't have any towers to be able to TP to, and they had that vision on the top side. But was that even a smoke that they went for to be able to set up for that? Because they don't have a Shadow Blade or any other kind of invis.
Didn't see if it was a smoke, but still a kill here for Motivate, as the top T1 tower is going to drop, it seems like. OB.Neon just casually taking the towers here from Motivate.Trust.
Hey, they can't stop him. You know, the only one that might be able to is Massa, who I believe has his Aghanim Scepter coming out to him now, so he wants to set himself up in front of that tier 2. Remains to be seen, but he's going to try and put as much pressure on the map as he can.
Roshan now being pinged out. I mean, this is... We have currently, what, 1 kill every 2 minutes. Very slow kind of game going on here from these two. Roshan just...
out with the Spiderlings at least, so one of the strengths of the draft, quite well, but again, what can you do about it? Massa is just basically saying, look, I'm going to do my best to try and push this bottom lane so we're getting something in terms of gold. And the map pressure isn't even going to do anything all that much. He's forced to back off, considering that they just took Roche. He's scared of any possible TPs back.
Gotcha. Bangs around waiting for a Nightmare into a Fiend's grip, and it looks like he might just get what he wants. Swarm is going to give a bit of vision. No, in fact, Silken Bowler's there, but Avatar mode is going to jump in. X is out. They've got Gacha. They've got the boat to fly in. Gacha Boy not going to be able to survive, as now Boom Boy does rotate, but it's all too late. Tier 2 top tower. This is, I mean,
rough.
You know, that point you brought up with Ares saying that they just don't look like that they're together. Just, I don't know. It's like 5 people playing a pub game right now, but they're all solo. You know, that's what it seems like. But it's there's no synergy going on. Like no one's coordinating.
No. I mean, they've tried a couple of times, but even then, it wasn't achieved, you know? They just need that one solid voice that everyone's going to listen to. They have a lot of faith in their coach Mikkel's, but I think more than gameplay, it's about teamwork. And I honestly never thought I would say that about Motivate.Trust. Say all you want about some of their decision making, but like these 5-man situations, I basically look at them as being without peer. You know, they always seem to know exactly what each other were thinking, but this game and the past couple of weeks certainly hasn't been the case.
It does certainly feel like there's some trust issues going on here at the very least. So, yeah, I mean, Massa, he just keep pushing out the bot lane. He backs off. Toy's been farming this whole time, but still behind everybody, every core on OB.Neon. Smoke up now from Avatar. Big hit on Gacha.
Is he saying to Tiny, you got to farm in their jungle? There was lines drawn on the map by the Tiny, but oh, look at this.
See, it's another thing, like, how do you farm there?
Not sure.
You can't farm there. I mean, come on, it's by the... Moving on, Jing. Gonna look for a Sakuchi away from Massa. Wolfform's gonna be popped here by Enryu, just in case they are around. In fact, he might just turn and go for a kill attempt. It is Massa, but he has health. Earth spikes out, Gacha just trying to do it. They just trying to deal with the dominated creep, and they got it. They're almost losing Gacha Boy in the process. Now another dominated creep, and man, that is a lot of damage. So 2 for nothing.
Yep, just go on the Gleipnir as well on Jing. He's nearly finished it up too, so it's a pretty scary thing to have to go into. Avatar mode, just attack cancelling there, wanting to make sure that maybe he could clean up a few extra spiders if Gacha Boy came forward. How long we got left on this Aegis? 2 minutes. Maybe they'll wait for the level 20 just for the extra Tidebringer cleave.
Oh boy. Alright, well, Motivate, they're in that classic defend high ground position that they, you know, they do excel at.
Not so safe,
Thing is, for OB.Neon, they could just take over the rest of the map. They don't need to pressure high ground right now. It's still 22 minutes in.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Astery's going for the Skadi. You'd have to consider, like, why not just go a BKB? You know, like, if you BKB, there's absolutely nothing that they can do to stop you, considering you've got a Hurricane button. So you can just stand there, be the one sieging the tower alongside a Lycan, and, yeah, there's nothing really that they can do to stop you. You've got the vision for it, and that's what the Ancient Black Dragon or whatever siege creep you want is going to be able to provide. Little disconnected right now on the Drow Ranger, just farming up his own triangle. So Motivate.Trust were to go for a play, they at least have the numbers advantage, but it still feels rough to fight into this. It's effectively a 5v5 because you still got that Aegis for another 40 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, I think the dominated creep is basically a hero right now anyway. It's just...
Yeah, 6v5 then.
Motivate, they're going to smoke up as 4. Avatar mode's the closest target to them, but he might prove to be a little bit too tanky to deal with. Instead, lines have been drawn out, and they have seemingly found Asta. He was under vision there for a moment, so this would be a great kill for them to get. Toy will jump in with the avalanche toss, and well, they've got plenty of damage to take down the Drow Ranger as they do commit the finger this time, just in case. It's a great pickup for Motivate.Trust now. But he hasn't even been involved this game. I mean, Asta's literally been hitting creeps the whole game.
Yeah, it's no kill streak. It's nothing like that. I mean, no one has a kill streak, basically. You've got a couple of triple kills, but it's looking pretty rough. Although,
okay, they get it banged down. Nice BKB usage there from Gacha. He's going to chase for a bit more. Enryu, though, is going to find Tigger in the backside, and now they can really start this fight. Massa, he does have Ravage, but they don't seem to mind that at all. They just keep rushing forward onto more as the boat does fly in. All the spiderlings getting cleared out. Gacha, he's going to get out of there, and so does Toy. It's too much damage from Avatar mode right now. He does blink out in time. Can't say the same, though, for Boom Boy. Still Massa, looking to reinitiate. Still has that Ravage, but doesn't have the team behind him to really capitalize, so they are just going to leave it at that.
Not feeling super confident about going onto the high ground. I mean, they've got the drums, they've got the AC, and you've got a Kunkka feeling pretty damn tanky, so... Sure if they're perhaps even being a little too cautious right now. 17k net worth lead. All that's really going to happen is that Motivate might find another window to kill a key target. Maybe Tiny picks up his BKB. He's already been able to find the Blink Dagger.
You're all washed up.
tough
Run in the
mode.
way.
Seems like he just one-hit Tigger. They come though. Orchid is up. They've got the Lycan. That's a massive pick-off to get, but here comes the boat. Ravage is there, however. They've got Enryu down. That's a big one. Onto Avatar they go, and he's even bigger and completely surrounded. It does seem like OB.Neon, they've gotten a bit overly confident because they are going to give quite a few kills back the way of OB, or rather Motivate.Trust now. As even the Weaver comes in, but they will go down. I don't know what to say about that. A Bang, he's going to Nightmare up. He's caught out too. And the thing is...
Available, it just gets plunked. Yeah, I mean, like I was saying...
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Asta, I'm not sure
is this
about...
just a tank thing?
I don't know what Asta's really doing. I mean, I guess he's going to get away with this. It's a... See, the thing is with that last fight, Danog, it wasn't impressive by any stretch. It feels like OB.Neon just got way too cocky.
Yeah, but I feel like that fight only happens because you've allowed Tiny to get enough farm by not pushing high ground when you had every outer tower taken and a AC and an Ancient Black Dragon and your, whatever it was, 16k ahead. And Tiny got the Blink Dagger, he was able to get the initiation in onto the Lycan to start the team fight, and that's all you really needed.
Okay.
Dire's
Fair
middle
enough.
tower is under attack.
We'll give them their
Dire
credit then.
are
Motivate.Trust, decent team fight.
Dire's structures are
8 to
fortified.
14 now, 13k net worth advantage here for OB.Neon. They'll jump in top lane, Finger being committed, and they will blow up Jing.
Dire's middle tower.
So this
has
Tiny
fallen.
is making work happen along with this Lion, and they certainly have some kill
Dire's
potential
top
now.
tower is under attack.
See how many times they can just keep doing this. Now with the BKB
Really
up on
quick
Toy.
wave spawn.
Oh, it is too. Roshan
Gonna
up.
check. Oh, what is this timer? Gaben, come on.
Oh, the timer's bugged. Yeah, right. So there you go. We found a bug, Danog. But there's one positive about this game one. We found a bug for Roshan timer.
You know what that means? We're going to TI. We found
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Back so
Gotcha.
soon.
He's gonna be all right. The big hit there from the Kunkka, but he won't go down. And there's your Roshan. He was just a little bit delayed. He's here.
Shy.
Yeah. There you go. Roshan under siege now. Very, very quick here for OB.Neon.
Tower is under attack.
Passing there with, all right, who are you giving this over to? I want to see the Drow. Yeah, getting the Aghanim Shark could be very effective, particularly against the Broodmother with all of that hypothermia coming through there. And even just for the extra damage that it provides, right? I know that Yataro bought it pretty early on, even in the last patch, just because of the extra, I believe it's 5 damage that you get per stack. So
Bot lane or top lane. They've got the weave up. This time, Asta's going to be there to fight back, and Toy has no choice but the BKB, but a Bang's there with the Fiend's Grip. Toy will drop. That was his first BKB usage of the game, and well, Danog, he has no buyback hold available right now, which is a little bit problematic.
Is under attack.
we get to see our Ice Shaman as well. He's hitting the tier 3 tower.
I was going to point that out earlier to you. We finally got the Ice Shaman going with the Ice Firebomb. Well, what a crazy neutral.
Range on that, like, not that great. I was kind of expecting like a huge catapult or something. I think the Granite Golem is exactly what you need for any kind of high ground siege, right? Like, just have that hit the tower, let the Drow Ranger do it as well. He's got plenty of farm right now.
Sleipnir gonna get Garcha Boy. Swarm will keep vision on him. He actually is stuck in that tree line right now, so he pops his BKB just to be able to survive through the X-Torrent.
Radiant's top tower
But onto the racks they go. OB.Neon having enough of this game one. We'll be able to take down the melee barracks, no issues here. And well, there's no outer towers, so quite frankly, they can just keep going. They've got the Aegis up on Asta. There's just really not much in the way of stopping them. Like, you've got to commit to a fight if you're Motivate.Trust.
Yeah, I mean, they're clopping up a little bit here, so Masaros has got a good position to be able to go for a Blink Ravage. If he's able to get a couple of kills off of it, it'll give him the gold to buy the Refresher, maybe use that to get the secondary one. You've got the Tiny for the burst, but you've got to do something now.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yo.
Tips out, boy. Without a BKB and OB.Neon, they've got to keep going now, knowing the BKB is not there. Very rough showing so far for Motivate. OB.Neon, they'll keep going. Yeah, down to the bot lane. Why the hell not? Boy, that was a creep this time. Gun torrent is there. Gacha Boy has been caught out. Boat will fly in. They do juke it out with the Astral, but it doesn't seem like anyone really cares about the Broodmother anyway. They want that tier 3 tower and they've got it. Still, Toy gonna jump in, but doesn't get the toss off this time. Asta will just Hurricane Pike him out, and Gacha's just gonna get deleted along with Boom Boy. Onto Massa they go. Massa, oh, he can't escape this. He's got the Ravage, but he's got no buyback. This game's over. It's time to call the GG. At the very least, both of us agree, Danog, this draft did not work for Motivate.
No, like this game is entirely on them in terms of being able to set up for this, because that Brood was their last pick of the entire game, and I just don't understand the justification for it when you are against a Kunkka. Like, whenever I see a Broodmother, I'm like, oh, is Kunkka in the pool? Like, that is the first thing that I think of, just because they've still got the magic resist, but Tidebringer is the best physical damage that you need to deal with it. And other than a Battle Fury, but who's going to have a Battle Fury early on when Broodmother's trying to put the pressure onto the map? So, big drafting mistake for mine, and I feel like that just threw them through a loop. You know, this wasn't the Motivate.Trust that we're used to seeing.
No, certainly not. We are going to head to a short break, though, and hopefully Motivate.Trust changes up their draft drastically and get together to put up an entertaining game number 2 here against OB.Neon. We'll find out soon.